Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another video. Some black women need to stop tripping. And yo, this ain't gonna be what y'all think it's gonna be, right? Cause check it out. In fact, this is one of those videos that wasn't part of the schedule, but I had to say something, right? And well, I ain't gonna call the person's name, but it's a friend of mine, good friend, like one of the few people who got my number in a text, right? And I'm about to tell her about this. I'm gonna say, hey, you inspired this video, right? But some women need to stop tripping, right? Then, like on Facebook, I'm in about 1,001 groups, right? And you know, there's some groups I'm in got black men and black women in it, right? Who trying, they trying to work it out and everything, right? That's the only clue I give, right? And it's a different vibe, right? In this one group, because it's kind of a singles group, right? And I remember I saw, they got one of those, how they do those threads, especially on Facebook, like drop a pic, drop a pic, drop a pic. Speaking of which, we got so many of those single things and drop a pic and try. I'm gonna do a singles event, right? I gotta see. I'm gonna do a video like soon, maybe in a few weeks. Just try to see where people living at. Then I can have an idea how to like start something, all right? But man, right now, this is somebody I've known for a while. Like if we see each other in public, she'll kiss up on a brother. Like seriously, she'll kiss up. She'll be kissing me all over my face and shit. We got that type of friendship, right? And I'll just say it's just a friendship. We just real cool. But she the type, she know, right? She know that if there's some issue, she call up Rom coming, she say, Rom, this dude did this thing. I got the Timbs on. I got Tim's specially for that shit. It'd be like that'd be like a serious like street nigga type shit, right? No, I love her to death, but I gotta say this, right? Because it's not just about her, but a lot of sisters, right? And that's why I say some black women need to stop tripping. I see on social media and everything, you got black women either going in on men or saying men ain't doing this and that, but you got a good population of black women who are cool as shit. Actually very supportive of black men. Very supportive. Even in some of these gender conflicts on YouTube, there's a whole lot of women who have the brothers back. And these are the ones I'm talking about now. These are the ones I need to stop tripping. This is tough love now, right? They be like fine, or decent. I'll say at the very least decent, adjustable sevens, or even if they got kids or something, they still cool. They the type, if they do have kids, some dude who normally wouldn't deal with a woman who has kids would still deal with these women. Right? Because they cool, they gonna be nice, they will actually treat men, the way a man's supposed to be treated. These would be wifey material type of women, like serious wifey. They cool as shit. I've seen, oh man, I know so many. Like I said, these ain't like some ugly women either. That's why I'm going to say they be tripping. But the issue is, they'll have a bunch of guys trying to get at them, but they friend zoning all the guys. Cause you be looking at them, you be like, damn, how you single? And normally you could see some fucked up shit with some women. I mean, some people just in general. Well, you look at some of these sisters and you be like, how you really single? And they be like, just ain't found that one. But then you look up and you paid attention, especially if you know them. They got about 5 or 6 dudes trying to get with them. I know so many. It's scary. It's scary. That's why I'm thinking about just doing some events or something just to get like some of these women together. And like I say, most of them in that like 6 to 8 range. Most of them are in that 6 to 8 range. You might. Personally, I don't know a dime like that. Personally. Right now. Because usually dimes, unless, even though they can have trouble with men, they usually get at least one that they'll fuck with, right? But man, I'm like looking at them, man, and they sisters. God, yeah, I can't. And seriously, they be like, I can't find that right guy, and I'm like, hold up, you got this guy trying to holler, this guy trying to holler, and but they just can't. I don't know. It's such a weird thing because, like I said, they ain't the type who bash men either. They are not the type. They very supportive. That's why so many guys kind of feeling them anyway. You know, but they just like, it's crazy. It's crazy, right? Because one of the things, right, and this is overall, you get a lot of black women talking about, these guys crossing over or these guys going to other countries and all of that. And, some going to complain because they ain't going to get the men. Because of their attitudes, because of their looks, they ain't going to get the men. Whatever baggage. But then you get another set of women, they ain't tripping. You tell the woman you going overseas, they like, shoot, hey, bring me something back or something. And like I said, they cool. It's like they need somebody to help them move. They got about 5 or 6 men trying to holler. In fact, I kind of talked about this. But then the same women, it was like, they talk about, I don't have a man. And be looking for one too. Because that's when you start talking to them. You like, well, I'm looking for a guy. And you know what kills me? This the part that I say they really tripping with, right? When you talk to them, like I've talked about, we've been talking about that whole unrealistic expectation thing, right? These women these are the type who will mess with a dude. It's funny. These are the type who will mess with a dude who might just be, for lack of a better term, regular. It's like, man, I mean, they will. They really talk with them, man. They don't have any impossible criteria. They ain't like, oh, he gotta be 6 feet 5 and he gotta have all that. But a lot of times it's just like they just don't meet them. Or you know what else too? These are type. It's interesting. They the type who they'll get involved with that guy, not necessarily a bum, but when they do get involved, there's a guy who maybe need a tweak here and there to really be on it. And it's almost like they, you know what? It's because I'm trying to think. I've been like trying to work this out, right? These are type they just give. And they just giving type of women, but they just learn to give to the wrong guys. And like I said, not necessarily a thug type, but just maybe a guy that maybe is like just, slightly incompatible. Like nothing major. Like you'll see this, this woman, she'll see him with an ordinary dude or something when they do have a relationship. But a lot of times they be tripping. And they acting like, oh, they don't complain as much, but they still, they still looking for somebody. And I'm like I said, how are you single? Now, I know some people will get on here more cynical and say, they still looking for Mr. Goodbar. Well, perhaps. Perhaps. Even though I've seen them with, many of them with, like, regular type of dudes. That could be a factor. A lot of things could be a factor, really. And at the end of the day, it's all individual. But that's what I would say to them collectively, even some on here. Y'all tripping a lot. Now, I know you want to be attracted to the dude, but all that, but come on now. Come on. When you come up here saying, oh, well, there's, I ain't with anybody now, but you got about 5, 6 dudes around. Because that's an interesting thing with a man and a woman. If a man got about 6 decent women around, he trying to have sex with 7 of those 6 women. he trying anyway. And you know what? I think that's a big difference in our relationships and how men can find a mate easier than a woman. A man has a certain bar. I don't care who the man is, even if he has a high bar. He has a certain bar that he'll allow. He has a bigger range. But sometimes women get so stuck into a certain thing that they miss out on stuff. And that's probably, honestly, that's probably what it is. That's probably what it is. Because, like I said, when I did this video, I know I'm just, this is really just a ramble. Because literally, I just thought about this. I was about to work on like a podcast for my subscription site. And then I was like, oh, wait, let me do this real quick. Because, man. As far as a friend, I might be calling her up. But yeah, man, I'm just gonna say this, and I know because I know I got to be straight up. I know I got a lot of sisters, single sisters, who they watch my videos. They get something from them. Some of them hit me up privately. Sometimes just check out what you got. A lot of times for the women, a lot of times what you want is right in front of you. Stop tripping. Sometimes that's the perfect guy. Those are guys, especially if some of y'all know that you might have some kids, you gone through some stuff, but yet there's some guys still there. And I ain't gonna call them simps or anything. It's just like, because for the women listening, they generally cool. That's why when I go on on sisters on this channel, I'm not, I ain't that hard. Everybody say I ain't that hard, and it's more from a tough love thing. Because sometimes you gotta tell somebody in a tough love way. And I don't have a problem with that, because a lot of women, there's been too many women in my life that kept me out of trouble, kept me from having a baby too early, or kept me from being burned, because they weren't nice and sweet about it. They were like, Rom, leave that bitch alone. They gave me tough love, and which I appreciate. They told me the real deal. They didn't care if my feelings going to be hurt. They say, look, we going to do it this way because we love you. And that's the same way I am. So what I'm going to say to some sisters, some very good sisters out there, stop tripping. You got about 5 or 6 dudes who really feeling you. Don't be tripping. Don't be caught up so much in like some fantasy or whatever and miss out on what you got right in front of you. So stop tripping. And like I said, this is more. I got, percentage wise, I got about 1,000 some sisters on here. So, stop tripping. Anyway, that's it for today. My impromptu thing. And I think I will be giving my friend a call. Anyway, y'all, peace.